Sometimes the hardest thing about saving money is just getting started. Now, you've made plans. By the end of the month, I'm going to start saving. At the beginning of the next month, I'm going to start saving. And then you're looking forward to it. All of a sudden, something happens that alters your plans. And then you put it forward and say, oh, next month, I'm going to do it. 2 months later, probably never going to start. It's always difficult to start saving. Now, here are 7 techniques. In fact, call it 7 top techniques that will aid your saving lifestyle. Number 1, keep track of all your expenses. Take time, probably take a month or 2 months. Just take time to analyze and take complete record of all your expenses. Now, you could use pen and paper. You could use any of the online help. You could use the apps. We see free apps online that can help you to track all your expenditure. By all means, record everything that you spend. Before you can start saving, you have to know exactly how much you spend. Number 2, now that you have come to realization of all your expenses, you've taken record of all your expenses, it's time for you to draw a budget. Now, it doesn't matter if you're drawing up a budget for your business or your personal savings, but you have to draw a budget for your own expenses and for your business. So now that you're drawing up a budget, you already know, I'm spending 100 naira in my transportation, I'm spending 20 naira for power bill and all whatnot. It's time for you to include your savings into your budget. Now you map out, already know how much you're earning already. So I can't tell you to go and figure that out. You already know how much you're earning. It's time for you to budget every penny that you earn. And while doing that, you have to create a room for savings. Include savings in your budget. That's number 2. Number 3, you probably have heard this many times, and I bet you have told someone to do this thing that I'm about to say. Cut down your spending. You've drawn a budget based on your analysis of your monthly spending or your weekly spending, your spending generally. Now, you've identified the non-essentials by now. It's time for you to cut down on those things that you don't actually need or you don't really need. When you do that, you're going to have enough money to spend and to save. Number 4, you have got to set savings goals. Now, it's good to say, I want to save, and everybody's doing it. Let's just save. But one of the things that will help you keep your mind on the saving is to have a goal. What exactly are you saving for? You have to give your savings a name. Probably it's a long-term or a short-term savings. We'll talk about that in our next video. But for now, you have to figure out what exactly you want to save for. Is it for a house rent? Is it to buy a new phone? Or probably to buy a new car? Or you want to change a home? Or you want to buy a home? You have to specifically tell yourself what you're saving for. That will give you so much zeal to save. Number 5, prioritize your finances. Now, this may sound a little bit weird because you already know what you're spending money on. You have drawn a budget. Now, in economics, we call it scale of preference. You have got to prioritize where your money goes. If among your scale of preference, at the top 5 of your scale of preference, savings doesn't come in, then you're going to find it difficult saving. You have got to prioritize what I told you in the previous point, that you've got to know exactly what you're saving for. You have to know exactly what you're saving for. When you've known what you're saving for, you know how important that thing is for you. You also know how important other things are for you. There are certain things that are normal for you to spend money on. They are essentials. Remember, I told you have to cut down on your non-essentials. Now that you've known your non-essentials, you also know your essentials, and you're going to be putting savings among your essentials. When you have that prioritized, you're going to be able to save without stress. Number 6, adopt automatic savings plan. Now, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. I have taught people over the years, and I've encouraged them. I've even coached so many on how to do this. Now, this is really important. Almost all banks offer the service of locking away some funds. It's time for you to adopt one of those. There are many apps out there that help you automatically save your money. Now, let's say you have made a 1-year plan of taking out 10,000 naira from your account. Probably one of the months you forgot, money came in and you had to use it for something. But if you had already set up an automatic savings plan, when the time comes, the money leaves your account. Now, I've seen that happen many times, and I wonder, where did my money go? Before I remember, I had set up something, and it has helped many of my students. It has helped me personally. Adopting an automatic savings plan helps. 7. Now, this is important. Very important. You have to pay attention to this part. Adopt the tool that will work best for you. Now, I may have given you examples of what to do and what not to do, how to do it. It's left for you to figure out for yourself which tool works best for me. I talked about adopting a automatic savings plan. There are a huge number of apps out there that can help you do that. There is Cowriwise, there is Piggivest, there is Alert by Wema, and your bank also may have a plan that can help you. And probably you may want to use Colo. Probably that's what works best for you. By Colo, I mean that container that has very little hole in it. Savings box, piggy bank, whatever you call it. It has a very little hole in it, and you're going to be putting money into it weekly, daily, monthly, however you want to do it. Just figure out for yourself what works best for you. But what's important is for you to be consistent. So it will help you to develop systems around you that can help you remind you of these things, of the things that you have decided to do for yourself. You may decide to use a coach. You may decide to use a friend who would remind you about your savings plan. I'm sure by now you're already making plans, you're already thinking about it, and you're desiring to start your saving journey. Another thing that will help you in conclusion is to review your savings. Let's say you've saved for a year and you saved for a short-term goal, and you've gotten your money and you've used it. Now sit down, think about it. Think about how when you got that money and used it to satisfy that your desire. How did you feel? My name is Ohaka Okechukwu. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe, copy the link of this video and share with your friends. Someone will thank you for it.